Hi, today's topic is graphing in all four quadrants. You need a couple things to start off with. You need some graph paper, you need a pencil, and you also need a ruler or some kind of straight edge. You're first going to start by drawing a horizontal line in the center of your paper, and then you are going to draw a vertical line that crosses over that horizontal line approximately halfway. Then add some arrows to the end of those lines. Those are your axes. You now have the starting of your graph. The next step is to label those horizontal and vertical lines as X and Y. The horizontal line being X and the vertical line is Y. The next step is to scale your intervals. So in this case I'm going to be counting in ones, but you could possibly count in twos or fives or tens or whatever increment works for what you are graphing. The next step is to find the points that you're going to be graphing, and in some cases they may give you the points and you just need to plot them. In this case we're going to be taking a look at the equation y equals 2x plus 1. We're going to make what's called an xy table for this equation, and we're going to come up with the numbers for the y values. Whenever you have to make your own xy table, I usually just start with like -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, maybe. You just need a few points. So let's talk about how we get these. So if I have x is -2, I'm going to plug -2 into the equation. Y equals 2 times -2 plus 1. And then we're going to use order of operations. That tells us to do multiplication. So 2 times -2 gives me -4 plus 1. And -4 plus 1 gives me -3. So that is how I got the y value of -3. Let's take a look at one of the other points. So let's say x is 1. We're looking at this point here. So when x is 1, we get 2 times 1 plus 1. 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 plus 1 gives me 3. That is how I got the point 1, 3. Your next step would then be to take those points from the table and plot them. -2, -3 means that I'm going from 0, 0 on the graph, which is right here, and I'm going left 2 and down 3. That is how I locate that point. The next one, -3, -5 means I'm going left 3, down 5. Let's take a look at 0, 1. 0, 1 means I'm not going left or right, but I'm going up 1. The next step when making a complete graph after you plot all your points is to connect them with a ruler, and the key here is to make sure that even though this point and this point are the furthest away, that you extend your line past those points to illustrate that your line goes on forever. So the last and final step when you are graphing anything is to make sure it has a title. And right here is my title. For this one, it is the equation. Sometimes it might have a real title, like the height of trees. You just have to watch what you're graphing to tell what your title will be. There's one last thing I want to talk about. Each of the quadrants on this graph are called something. This one, the upper right-hand quadrant, is called quadrant 1. Then the top left is quadrant 2, the bottom left is 3, and the bottom right is 4. They go in a counterclockwise direction. So we just made a complete graph. Let's again review what we need to do. First, you need to set up your x and y axis and label them with x and y. Then you need to scale your axis and tell me how you numbered. Did you count by ones, did you count by twos, or anything else? Then we take a look at actually plotting the points. So each individual point. Then you connected those points with a line, and you drew arrows at the ends of that line to tell me that the line went on forever. Then you need a title. And here our title is y equals 2x plus 1, and that we got from our table. You do not need to label the quadrants every time you make a graph, so that you don't need to label 2 and 3 and 4. You just need to know what those quadrants are called. Thank you and have a great day.